Hey everybody, let's talk about content. All of the stuff from all of my channels that I've kind of avoided talking about for a long time. Dude, it's super weird, but I am really nervous to talk about this. I've been thinking about it a lot. I'm not very good at these talky kind of videos. I kind of understand why so many YouTubers, when they have weird topics to talk about, they do the big sigh at the start. Now, it's not going to be anything bad necessarily, but the possibility of change is always scary to think about. At the end of the day, it's just video games and me screaming and saying crud too much, so it's really not that big of a deal. But also, YouTube is kind of like my whole life, and I care about it a lot, and I think about it a lot. And yeah, I guess if you'll indulge me for a bit, I want to talk about some stuff, and at the end, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on some things. I've got a few notes to help keep me on track, hopefully, but man, this is super weird to talk about, so we're probably going to ramble a lot. I'll probably take some roundabout paths to get to different things, but eventually we'll get there. So the first thing I want to talk about is why I took so many hiatuses. If you're someone who's been watching me for a while, you might know that over on my Psycho channel, where I, did Glitchfest and things like that, I haven't posted there in like 3 years. And on this channel, sometimes I'll randomly vanish for days or weeks or months without a word. It happened, and I want to talk about where that came from, because for a long time, for a few years now, I have thought about this constantly. I carried so much guilt around it, and I was like, why am I so stinking lazy, dude? Why can't I just do the thing? I am super lucky to have you guys here, to have this job. Why can't I just play video games and do the thing? What's wrong with me? And I just built up this self-image that I am a super lazy person, and that was my explanation. But the weird thing is, even when I was taking those hiatuses, I've always been a person that is like, always got to be doing something, man. I just can't stand to just sit around and do nothing. So all those different times, I was always focusing my energy towards something, whether that was studying Japanese, or I had some spurts where I was focusing on exercise, or whatever it might be. All of the times where I randomly would vanish for a couple months, I was always super focused on something, always being productive, and I could not figure out why I couldn't just channel that to YouTube. And I did a lot of thinking about it and a lot of self-reflection at the start of this year, and the thing that I realized was that, and I don't know why it took me this long to figure it out, but the thing I realized was I was not lazy. I was really scared. I was really terrified to put out videos. It kind of started with Glitchfest, where I would put all this effort into these videos, and I would always worry if, this is going to be the one that people don't like. Every single time, people always liked it. That never happened where I put up a video and people hated it, but for some reason, I always had this problem, and I always felt this need to like constantly one-up myself, and the perfectionism got so extreme that I was just like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna not make these videos because I've got this other channel, this Psychoplay stuff. I can go just focus my energy on that instead, and I kind of just gradually shied away from doing Glitchfest. Now, if you look at the history of uploads on that channel, I did pretty good in like 2014, 2015, and then 2016 rolls along. It's a hot load of garbage. I kind of did a little bit in 2017, but then it kind of just fell, but even that was not that much, and then it kind of fell apart, and then 2018 we had one video, and then 2019 and 2020, just nothing, and there has not been anything yet this year either. So it was a long time coming. It took a few year arc on the downward spiral there, but eventually got to 2018 where just nothing else happened after that. And then what happened was I just focused all my energy over on Psychoplays instead. So right around the time where the Glitchfest series was declining, that is when I started doing more walkthrough style content, where I was putting a lot of effort into the Let's Plays. But then the same cycle happened again, where I was always trying to one-up myself. I was always trying to do better and better and better the next one, which is fine. It's good to try to improve, but it got to a point once again where I started to get this like perfectionism towards my content. And it feels silly to say that. Like, saying that out loud feels ridiculous when I'm just talking about playing old video games, and I don't know, hopefully you guys get what I mean, but it just feels weird to like worry so much about playing a video game, but at the same time, it's like my entire life. Like, this is what I do. Like, I do YouTube. That's my thing. And I always had this, I kind of built up this perfectionism towards the Let's Plays as well, and then I gradually had the same cycle where I got more and more scared to put stuff out. And you can actually see, again, the same cycle. It was not just a sudden thing. You had stuff where I would post 5 days a week, and then suddenly I'm posting 4 days, and then suddenly I'm missing days more and more often. And then suddenly we have Let's Go Eevee happen, where I went really hard in that one. I really tried. I was doing like real life footage and doing all this stuff. I tried really hard in that series. And what do you know? It took like a year to finish what should have taken 2 months. And then it happened again the next year where I did Final Fantasy. I had so much planned for that series, and I just couldn't make it perfect, so I just delayed and delayed. And then that series also took a year. And during this entire time, I was not thinking I'm scared of my content. I was just thinking I'm lazy, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just make the video? But anyways, that led to the start of this year where I did a lot of self-reflecting. I realized all that was wrong was I was scared. And once I realized the problem, I was able to start working on that. And then comes Donkey Kong 64. I finally was like, dude, I'm not a lazy person. I can do this. And I did it. I put all my effort into that series. I did it 5 times a week. I'm pretty sure, aside from the bonus episode, I never missed an upload day for the entire series. And it was not easy, guys. Those videos take like 6+ hours each. I was grinding it out every day. And I did it. And on top of doing that, I was doing a second channel with Psycho Crud, where I was putting up Let's Plays on that one as well. And I was doing videos every single day. In fact, a lot of days I was doing 2 videos. The whole reason for that ramble was to get to the point here where I want to say, I am finally confident in my ability to actually make videos. So now I have to question something I haven't questioned for years, which is, what do I actually want to make? Because there is a limited amount of time in the day. There's so many different things that I do that I love. And I've kind of said so many times, like, oh, I like the walkthroughs the best. I like those the best. Those are the content I like. I don't know about Glitchfest. I'm not a big fan of that. I've kind of built up that story that I've told people over the years. But the truth is, I adore making Glitchfest. I adore making main channel videos. They are such a wonderful creative outlet where I get to just be crazy and make terrible jokes, and for some reason people like it. It's wonderful. I really, really like making main channel videos, but I also really, really like making walkthroughs. I really like making casual Let's Plays. I realized that over on Psycho Crud. Since I've been doing that, I like just playing video games, whether it's a walkthrough or not. I love live streaming. There's so many different things I can do. I love doing the gaming challenges. I love the Nuzlocke, all that stuff. But now we get to a point where I've been working as hard as I can, and there's only so many hours in the day, so now I have to decide, what do I want to put those hours towards, because I can't do all of it. Like, I have to choose what content I want to spend my time on, because even though I'm working hard, well, there's just only so much one person can do. And that is why I'm making this video. I want to talk to you guys about, what the heck do you actually want to see from me? Because a lot of you, I think, are just amazing. You've stuck with me through all these years of terrible uploads and just being a prime example of what not to do as a content creator. I have always said, like, I'll do this thing, I'll do that thing, never following through, always having random gaps, and you guys have stuck through all of that. So you guys are amazing, and ultimately, I like making all the different kind of content, so I want to make what you guys actually want to see. And I know a lot of you would just say, dude, just make whatever you want, but that's the problem. That's why I'm so, like, stressed out about it, man. It's because I want to do all of it. And I don't want to choose the wrong thing, because ultimately I want to do all of it, but I can't do all of it. And I would rather choose, like, 2 of those things and do them really well, rather than choosing, like, all 5 of them and doing them all poorly, you know? So that brings me to the walkthroughs. The walkthroughs, I enjoy them, but they are really time-consuming. I mentioned this before with Donkey Kong 64, but it's like 6 hours, if not more, per episode. They are kind of all-consuming. Then we have the casual Let's Plays I've been doing over on Psycho Crud. Much easier. It's like 1, maybe 2 hours per episode. So between all of those, between what I've been doing recently, which is a walkthrough plus a couple of side stuff, it's basically 8 to 10 hours a day, and that's just all I can do. Ugh, this is so weird to say. How much do you guys genuinely, deep down, actually care about the walkthroughs? I need to ask this, because I know a lot of you like that things are informative, but also, how much do you guys care that they're that style? Are you here just for whatever the heck? I think about the series I just did over on Psycho Crud. I did Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury 100%. I did all the things. Like, were any of you like just super bummed out that I just did it unplanned? Does anyone care that it's unplanned rather than me spending hours and hours and hours finding every single random coin? I definitely think some of you will care, and I kind of care too, but the question is, at what cost? So here's where I'm going with this. I want to figure out what content you guys actually want to see, and it can only be a couple of things. So here's a few examples of what we could do. I could become a streamer. I could stream a bunch, and this channel could instead just be all stream highlights. I could do casual Let's Plays on this channel. I mean, I've did casual Let's Plays in the past. If you look at the grand history of Psycho Plays, I think I might have more casual Let's Plays than I have walkthroughs. You know, anytime I played a game when it came out, like Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, like, I think Kirby Star Allies, Sonic Boom, whenever I played a game when it first came out, or Epic Dumpster Bear, when I'm talking about casual, that's what I mean. Like, it's not a walkthrough. I might do everything a game has to offer, but I'm just kind of sitting down, hitting record, and winging it, rather than planning out every single step of the way. I have no idea what I just said. It's very rambly, so hopefully I made a coherent point there. Anyways, I could, for example, stop doing walkthroughs and instead do casual Let's Plays. I could do 1 or 2 at a time, which only take like 1 to 2 hours per episode, and then the extra time that I have, I could spend that on doing live streams or working on main channel content. The main channel content, they are time consuming, but just by eliminating walkthroughs and doing Let's Plays casually instead, I would have several hours a week to work on main channel, and as much time as those videos take, like, I have not a single doubt in my mind that I could get at least 4 out every year. None of this like 0 or 1 or 2 crud. Like, I'm very confident if I set my mind to it, I could absolutely get at least like 4 out. And some of those would be Glitchfest or maybe Glitchquest or maybe other ideas that I come up with, but they would all kind of fall into the same category of like 10 to 15 minutes of highly edited, really focused down, just fun times, bad jokes, really bad jokes. And, you know, you guys have seen videos on that channel. You know what I'm talking about. Like, videos in that vein of like just really condensed and high effort and just having a good time for like 10 minutes. So would you guys rather see casual Let's Plays plus main channel stuff? Would you rather see streams? Would you rather me just stick to exactly what I'm sticking to with the walkthroughs? And here's one more thing I want to say, because I overthink things a lot. And I do really weird crud. Like what I've done recently, which is I took these casual Let's Plays and these walkthroughs, and for some reason I split them into 2 channels. It's like, why do I have 2 Let's Play channels? It makes no sense. A lot of you guys don't even know the Psycho Crud channel exists, and a lot of you have no clue what the difference even is. And I'm like, if the difference between the channels isn't even obvious, is there really a difference? I know I'm rambling, guys, but to try and distill down what I'm asking is, what content do you actually want to see, and would you like to see that at the cost of other content? Would you rather have casual Let's Plays plus main channel, or would you rather have walkthroughs? Or would you rather have streams? Here's a couple of content models that I can think of. One would be, I do casual Let's Plays. I can probably do 2 a day like I have been, and those could be a mix of new games, it could be old games, it could be Pokemon ROM hacks, it could be stuff I've done in the past, Smash Bros. Or Mario Maker, whatever it is, just random playthroughs. And at the end of each Let's Play, I could condense down that Let's Play into a highlight video. So basically, Psycho Plays would become casual Let's Plays plus I do highlight videos of each series when they're done. And if I did that style, I would have enough time to also work on main channel and probably get around 4-ish main channel videos done in a year. So that's one content model. Casual Let's Plays plus highlight videos plus main channel. And by the way, guys, I want to mention the Nuzlocke not going anywhere. I will not stop doing the Nuzlocke. It is the highlight of my year every year. The Nuzlocke is going nowhere. I will absolutely continue to do that. Whatever happens, the Nuzlocke is staying the same. The Nuzlocke is my favorite, dude. I can't not do it. But man, just to put into perspective how much work a walkthrough video is, a walkthrough video takes about the same amount of time to make as a Nuzlocke stream plus highlights edit. A highlight video of the Nuzlocke takes about the same amount of time as one episode of a walkthrough series. It's about the same work. And that's not bad. I love making the walkthroughs. I don't mind putting all the time in. I just want to know if it's worth it. Is it worth the time? Would you guys rather that time be spent somewhere else, or do you really, truly, deeply love the walkthroughs more than anything else? Anyways, so that was content model 1. Content model 2, exactly what I'm doing right now. I just do walkthroughs, and maybe I do casual Let's Plays on the side. Now, if I did this one, would you want to see the casual Let's Plays stay over on PsychoCrud and have this weird 2-channel model? Or should I just do what I did for a long time on PsychoPlays, which is have a mix of walkthroughs and casual Let's Plays, and just kind of bring that back over? If I did this style, then I would probably bring things back over to PsychoPlays. If I did, I would probably start that with my planned new Pokemon Snap series. So I was going to do that April 30th on PsychoCrud, but I might move it over. Now, if this did happen, guys, or whatever happens, all of the current series, all of the things that I've already promised are not going to change. I will still finish the Yoshi's Island walkthrough. I will still do the Sly Cooper walkthrough, which I promised. And over on PsychoCrud, I will still do Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I'll finish that, and I will still do Breath of the Wild 100 Days. I'm not going to cancel any series at all. And I do want to say, even if we did discuss it and we did decide that moving away from walkthroughs was the answer, I am not going to completely cancel walkthroughs without doing the series that has been most requested and the series that I have been dying to do. Like, even if my channel becomes casual Let's Plays plus highlights, I will still do Paper Mario Thousand Year Door at some point. I will absolutely still do that walkthrough style. That is something that it's on my bucket list. Like, that is a series I will do. So yeah, do you guys like things exactly as they are now? Do you guys prefer the 2015, 2014 era of Psycho content where I had actual main channel videos here and there, and I did more casual stuff on Psycho Plays, you know, plus some highlights, plus some, I could do gaming challenges, highlights of those, random fun videos sprinkled in? Would you guys want some kind of hybrid model where I mostly do casual Let's Plays, but every once in a while, maybe between main channel releases, I can work on a walkthrough and occasionally do a walkthrough? Because a lot of games are kind of just fine casual, you know? Not everything needs to be a walkthrough, but also there are some games that I would love to do actual walkthroughs of, you know? So maybe I only do walkthroughs every once in a while, maybe once or twice a year, and really focus those down on just like the absolute games that I care about the most, you know, the Paper Marios, the Zeldas, the main series Pokemon, and have everything else be casual. There's a lot of options. I am rambling. I honestly don't even know what I've said. It's all so scrambled in my head, and I've been thinking about it a lot. So I very much appreciate you guys indulging the ramblings of a madman here. I don't know why this is just, it's driving me crazy, man, because I'm finally able to work hard. It feels weird to say, but I'm proud of myself, man. I am proud of myself for what I've accomplished the past 2 or 3 months. I feel really good. It's so much fun. It feels so great to finally be making content and getting it out there and making videos. And ultimately, I just want to make stuff you guys want to see. I like making all of it. All of it is fun to me. So why not spend that time making what you guys actually want, you know? So I'd love to hear your thoughts. I guess I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I'm done rambling. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sticking with me through all of the ups and downs over the past few years. And here is to, hopefully, a very bright future. Until next time, guys, take care.